Gimble, come feel there. Rock a bandana like Tupac, I've been there. Rock a do-rag or wave cab, I lay my shit.
Hey guys, what's going on? It's North London derby, Arsenal versus Tottenham. Guys, I can't wait. Tony's in the studio with you guys there, and hope you have a great day, guys. I'm at the stadium now, just parked the car. Strange what's going on here at the moment. The NCP parking for London is like £50 a day. And what people are doing is they're actually driving their normal cars here, willingly getting a ticket for 80 odd quid and just paying it and using that as their fee to park their cars. It's really weird. Almost, seriously, about 7 cars I've walked past have parking tickets on them. It's like, you can see there, that one has one, this one has one. It's just so many cars are just willing to pay the fee. But anyway, talking about the team sheet, guys. Team sheet, Raya in goal, Gabriel, Saliba, sorry, I don't want to get knocked over while I'm doing this. Zinchenko and Ben White as your back four. In the midfield, Vieira comes in. Now, this is something that we were talking about tactically, whether they were going to go with the more defensive shape with Havertz, or they were just going to look to blow Spurs away at home. And so Vieira's come back into the team, and Eddie comes into the team to replace him. So I'm hoping that this time Arteta gets it right, because what he's done previously is he's put Eddie on the left and Jesus up front, and then he's put Saka on the right, where it just doesn't work that way. Eddie's a number 9, let him play his natural position, and Jesus can use his dribbling skills and his ability to go past players and create havoc, because the people are seeing Jesus as now a natural number 8 or a natural player who goes behind the striker and make things happen. Because he's so good creatively, playing him at the 9 almost seems like a waste, especially when you have a guy like Eddie there who can get on top of things and convert and be your fox in the box. I just don't see the benefit in keeping Jesus as a number 9. And I'm hopeful that Eddie gets to play in that role and Jesus sits behind him and goes on the left. Remember, I keep saying this, guys, he scored 94 goals in 240 games for Manchester City playing on that left side. So we know he can do a job. The difference is Arteta's just not done that previously before. He's put Eddie, and Eddie kind of, in the under-21s, played on the left a little bit. So we know we can do that. His link play is very good in Nketiah. So it's going to be interesting to see how they go. But I'm still going with my 3-1 prediction today. And it's really on Postecoglou whether he wants to come out and play these guys. You saw what happened at PSV when they decided to do the same. And look what happened to them. They were blown away. People like Football Terrence, Paul Merson, a lot of people are saying if Spurs come out to try and play Arsenal, they're going to get blown off the park. So I'm really looking to see what happens, and it really is down to how Tottenham are going to approach this game. There's a reason why teams sit deep at the back, and that's because Arsenal have just got too much going forward. And now they have Vieira in there instead of Havertz. It makes them even more dangerous. So Tottenham have got to be very careful about today. Does the first goal count? Not necessarily, because Tottenham have scored the first goal quite a few times here and really ever walked away with a win. So I think in that regard, first goal doesn't mean anything. However, if Arsenal score first, could be a really bad day for Tottenham. So I'm going to leave it there, guys. I'm going to catch up with you at half-time. Come on, you Gunners. Let's do this. Big game today. And then we've got Man City without Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne. Listen, man, it's happening, guys. The moons are aligning. It's opening up for us to get this done. Still going for Arsenal to win the title this season. Catch up with you guys later. Hey guys, just met up with Kenny Ken and met up with Emerson. They're really good to get to see everybody's points and their views and what today's all about. You can see all here starting to build up a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to make my way and try and get in there half an hour early, because you know it's just madness every time you come here. But the word really is, Tottenham think they're a big team. They finished nowhere last season, didn't even get into Europe. So the word is, if they're trying to come here, big up their chest, pretend that they're a big team, and we have to slap them down. We have to give them a dose of reality, and that's what today is all about, letting them know who were the main front runners in this league title race, and then where they are in the pecking order. So for those reasons alone, we have to slap some sense into Tottenham. It was really good meeting up with Kenny Ken. I met up with him for a while. So listen, guys, catch up with you at half time, man. Hey guys, it's Arsenal 1, Spurs 1. What a first half, a lot to talk about. Now, initially, the press from Jesus and Nketiah, which is what we've all been dreaming about, really is killing Tottenham. And Odegaard has just not stopped running for the entirety of the first half. Now, the reason why it didn't work before when they had this formation was, and I talked about this before the game, is they put Eddie and Jesus in the correct positions. When they played them before, which is 3 times before, they had Eddie on the left and Jesus up top, which doesn't really conform to their best skill sets. And in this game today, you've seen exactly what I've been talking about for a whole year now, where you can see Eddie in his best position up top, playing off Jesus, and Jesus using those skills and the abilities to play with the ball around the box and take people on, win it back. On the left-hand side, as I said, he scored 94 goals in 230 appearances for Man City on the left-hand side. So when you see Jesus in a position like this, it's exactly where you want him. The damage he is doing on that left-hand side has been massively beneficial to how Arsenal have played. Him and Eddie are shutting everything down, and Odegaard, that front three pressing along with Saka, has been giving Spurs no time to do anything. They've been catching them napping 3 or 4 occasions, and Jesus missed an open goal. He had a goal right in front of him. All he needed to do was slip it bottom left corner. He blows it high, it goes sky high. Could have put Arsenal 2-0 up, then that would have really been the game starting to get away from Spurs. So for half an hour, Arsenal had the game right where they wanted it. The pressure, the intensity. Honestly, guys, it was breathless to watch it. I mean, I was absolutely exhausted just watching the intensity from Arsenal. It did help. There was 3 minutes after the goal that allowed Arsenal to settle in a little bit more. But then after that, Spurs started applying the pressure. They started coming back into the game. And for Arsenal, the transitional play was really struggling, started to lose the ball in the midfield. The command from Declan Rice, he was getting overloaded. And then Spurs in the last 10 minutes started growing back into the game. They had the momentum. David Raya pulled off probably the best save I've seen this season. Absolutely David Seaman-esque, unbelievable save from Raya. And then also made another save after that. But then there was a save where there was an attack on the left-hand side from Spurs. He parries it into the danger zone, and that's where Maddison finds Song, and then Spurs get their equaliser. So there's a little bit of an up and down first half, but overall I thought David Raya was good. Distribution, he's been a little bit in 2 minds sometimes. When Spurs play the overload, Raya doesn't sort of have the space to go, and then really you just have to go long. He's done that a couple of times, but a few times you can see now with Spurs momentum, they were starting to get back into the game. So half-time's come at a really good time for Arsenal, time for them to restructure what they're doing. But for me, Declan Rice needs help in the midfield, because if he continues to get overloaded, then it's going to cause Arsenal problems. I can see something like Havertz coming on for Vieira, or maybe Jorginho for Vieira would be good. Work the double pivot, start to handle the ball better, win the ball better, have a better possessional type of football against what Spurs are doing right now. So look forward for that happening in the second half as Arsenal really try to get a grasp of the game again. So let's see what happens, guys. But at the moment, I'm still going Arsenal 3-1. I'll speak to you guys at full time. So the police not letting us cross over and mix with the Spurs fans. So maybe for good reason, because about a couple of years ago it didn't really end well for them. So you can see that the police are kind of working with the information that they've got in the past, but no skin off my teeth. Player ratings coming up in a minute, guys. So guys, that was the longest wait that we've had for the away fans to leave in the 16 years that I've been coming to the Emirates. We haven't had to wait that long just to cross over. But anyway, let's talk about the game. It finishes 2-2, not the result that we wanted. In fairness, I don't think that we played really well, but let's look at the intangibles there. We've got no Thomas Partey, and that's what we missed, that control, that transition in the midfield. It just wasn't there. In the first half, Zinchenko was controlling much of the game for the first half an hour. The problem in the second half is you came out and you didn't even look at Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko got a couple of touches towards the end of the game, and that's when we started getting back into it. Carl Havertz came on, and I thought he played really well in terms of his hold-up play. But look, you've got no Thomas Partey, you've got no Trossard, you've got no Martinelli. Trossard gets injured in this game and Saka gets injured. So unfortunately, that's your injury bill that you got to deal with on Monday morning. But overall, I didn't think we played too well. We didn't play horrendous, but the goals came from an own goal and a penalty from Saka. And honestly, this just wasn't us at our best. And when you look at the injuries, it's just a problem that we're going to have to deal with. I'll be talking to my guys at London Coney in the morning and we'll see how bad this thing is. But right now, we know it's a left ankle for Declan Rice. We know it's a right knee for Saka. But there's going to be some serious injuries here. Player ratings, by the way, is up on here. Tony and them guys are holding you lot down in the studio. I'm not really happy about the result. Obviously, this is a game where we need to slap Tottenham down and let them understand that they're not ready for this kind of football. And we didn't do that. So we'll have to go and win when we go to the lane. It makes things a lot more difficult because teams have been drawing all over this weekend. And while this is happening, Man City's just flying off into the distance and no one's catching them when they're not even really at their best. And unfortunately, that's not great news. It's going to be a long season, guys. I'll catch up with you in the next one.
I'm trying to be a black king, yeah. I'm trying to be a black king.